strongly caution, the following programs are intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These programs may contain some material that many parents would not find suitable for children and may include intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue.
All right, happy Friday night. I done fucked up again. God damn it, I left the logo up. My bad. Shut up. It's Friday, all right? What? Have you ever noticed that every time I do that, it's a Friday?
Yes, I've noticed. I'm gonna have to start checking behind you.
It's every fucking time. So, we've got Fervence on with us tonight.
Thank y'all for joining us. Thank you.
Literally.
They were amazing to come on when we had somebody bail out on us that couldn't do it because they went on tour, and this band was kind enough to just be like, fuck it, we're gonna do it next week. All right, great.
We'll do it live.
Fantastic. Yeah, everything's live with us. Everything's live. You'd be surprised at how many people are like, hey, can you cut that and that out? And I'm like, no, no again. or they'll contact that. When's it going to be posted? It was posted a long time. We were live, bro.
You were there?
It's already up. So whatever you said, no, I can't cut it out. I can't edit it out. So watch what you say, because it's there forever. Yeah, we are all over Twitch, YouTube, and several places on Facebook. So
oh my God. Hi.
Hi. So, how are y'all doing?
Oh my God, listen, I'm so excited. I love to talk. So I'm really happy to be here.
Perfect.
I will chit chat. I love to give gab. I've just worked a full day of work. I got my Diet Coke. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Excellent. You know how many bands like absolutely hate doing interviews, which is why I set up the show the way that it was, because I realized, like, working in radio and working FM and independent and all that stuff, bands get tired of being asked the same goddamn boring fucking questions every single day in, day out. I'm in a band myself, so I get it. And I'm just like, no, I'm not doing this anymore.
Not me. I love my story. I loved it. I was like, oh, you want to hear? You want to listen?
Hey, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Shoot, I'm going to go ahead and start off the daggone question then, Jagz.
Go.
What is y'all's best concert growing up?
Oh, darn it. Okay, I still always go back to I think it was 2013. The Ghost Inside came and played with Volumes and Texas in July.
You're breaking my heart.
Alley in the Sparks, Nevada, and like still to this, just the vibes were great. Nobody got like in a fight. somebody threw a trash can in the middle. My little sister was. It was just like a really good time.
That's killing me. It's killing me. Look, the Ghost Inside is one of my top 5 favorite bands. And I've wanted to see them so bad, and I have still yet to get to see them, and it fucking kills me.
I'm so glad that through all that they've persevered through, like my man took me to go see them at their 7-year reunion or 7-year thing that they did recently in Vegas, I think like 2022. He knows that I love them so much. He took me down there. It was like meet and greets and stuff. It's like I have a Ghost Inside tattoo. I can't bring it out. I love them so much. My favorite.
I don't know they are one of my top 5 favorite bands, like absolutely top 5 favorite bands. And if you ever get a chance and you have some free time, go on YouTube because the drummer's dad is on there, and there's a documentary on how he created the whole setup.
Yes.
On how he was able to like continue drumming, and it is extremely interesting. I've watched it like twice just because it's cool as shit.
Inspiring. Trent, what's yours?
I'm gonna age myself here. Right after high school, I went and saw to the new Oasis in Reno, or Sparks. I saw Story of the Year. And then, it was so much energy.
I love Story of the Year.
And I'm like, I could totally see myself doing this in the future. Like being up there on stage, and it was, like high school, your favorite bands, and then you finally see them live, and it's like feels kind of surreal. So that I guess
I'm definitely older than you then, because Story of the Year is also another one of my like top 10 favorite bands, and I seen them like right when they got super popular, and I was in my damn mid-20s. I seen them at Music Midtown in Atlanta. This big, huge festival that used to go on in Atlanta, Georgia. And they had like 10 different stages, but all the stages were done by like different music themes. Like there's a country stage, hard rock and metal, rap and hip hop, world culture, EDM. Like it was all done by different varieties of music, and you just went to whatever stage. Well, the very first day, like there's like, I think the first day was like Story of the Year, The Offspring, Foo Fighters, Courtney Love, but they had to drag her off the stage naked, and she only got 3 songs in, and she came out playing acoustic because the band decided they weren't going to play with her, and they left. Oh, she did. She went out there butt naked with an acoustic guitar and got up there, and she made it through about 3 songs, and they cut the cord on the shit, and they came out and arrested her and drug her ass off the stage. It was one of the most interesting festivals I've ever been to in my life.
Oh my god!
I might have to find some video on that one.
It may or may not be out there. I mean that cell phones hadn't been out very long whenever that festival happened.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that the video quality is going to be like really, really shit.
No, you don't understand. Back then, it was still the Nokia bricks.
Oh shit! Were you talking about Nokia, the indestructible phones?
Yeah, you could play Snake on, and it was 10 cents a letter to text. Yeah.
I do remember when texting actually cost money.
Yeah, it was about 10 cents a letter.
And all I wanted to do was text.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, most people now, it's like, God damn, do you know how much you'd get charged if you were fucking getting charged to this day? Holy shit.
Me sending my man a long rant.
Like hand over $500.
Oh yeah, your phone bills would be astronomical. We would be working just to text.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it. All right, so
they got it.
I love to ask this question, especially to the females that are in metal bands, because women are starting to take over, and I fucking love it.
Yeah.
And they can do. I know a lot of men are out there who's like, fuck that, fuck that, fuck that.
Yeah, ew.
No, women's voices can do much more than what we can.
I'm just like, don't be mad at a girl. I'll be mad that I'm doing it better than you.
It's point blank, and your fucking voice is fucking amazing. Like the shit you can do is just mind blowing. And
let's just say this: there's never been a dude singing or screaming or anything else like that has given me chills the way female artists do.
Yeah,
I'm talking about up the spine chills along with the freaking goosebumps and everything else like that. Yeah,
we got a lot of rage.
What
to tell you about it.
What got you into wanting to be in a metal band?
I love this story. Okay, so I think my first metal or like rock concert, I was in 3rd grade because my parents were Christian rock promoters when I was a little kid. So I would spend like our weekend nights at the church because my parents would help, bring in bands that were on tour and stuff like that, and have them, play. And some of them were local. And then like they would always come over to our house, and we were fortunate enough when I was a little kid. I grew up kind of like upper middle class and up in Reno, and like so my parents would bring the bands over afterwards, and they'd sleep on our bottom level of our house in the living room. And then we'd wake up in the morning and everybody would have pancakes together, and then to get back on the road. And I'm like, wow, their life is awesome. These guys are so cool. I want to do this. So, but like, I want to be on stage. I wanted to do that. So I know it was really kind of, I guess, mellow compared to what do I do now. It was more like Chevelle and like Red. And so those are the kind of rock bands my parents were like promoting.
Right.
I don't think I really got into like heavy metal, really scream, harsh vocals till I was like around 6th grade, and like I had LimeWire. Like,
who didn't back then?
Started fucking finding shit. I think like that old Bring Me the Horizon album, the Pray for Plagues one, is that the first one? Yeah, I think that one's probably my like intro into like metal, And I always wanted to scream. I didn't even start screaming though until like 2020. Like I always wanted to. I just wanted to do it. I didn't want to just do it and see what happened. So I like took lessons.
Can you teach me?
No, I'm a terrible teacher. But I loved the course that I did. The course was actually, I ended up knowing the guys later. So like the guy who ran the course, he's from San Francisco. I've never told anybody the course. I think the course was called Scream Academy. And it was this guy, Sean and David Wu. And I found them on YouTube, and they also did like Zoom classes like this, where you'd like do your scream and they'd tell you how to do stuff. Like, and they were like, "Oh, we know people in Reno." And then like a couple years later, I ended up meeting Josh, who's from Cyborg Octopus in San Francisco, who's like, I also know those people. And so it ended up, and then Josh was our first drummer at Fervence. It all kind of came like a full circle. I was like, oh my God, that's my teacher. I know that guy. Like 20 years ago, he taught me how to scream. So it all kind of like, the way like metal's actually such a small community, like
it's nuts. It's crazy to know, like, figure out how small it is. Like, and it's just nuts because like I go and I travel all the time, and I'll go to all these concerts, and I'll run into guys from here, there, and all over that I'm just like, holy shit! And they're like, hey, one of my best friends, you just did his fucking band the other day, and I'm like, God damn, this community really is fucking small. Like, it's not. It is. And everybody thinks it's this gigantic community, and it's really not.
Right? I'm like 2 people away from the singer of Godsmack at this point. You know what I mean? Like I know that I know somebody who knows him at this point. Like, I
mean, you have no idea.
He's literally sitting here. It's literally that guy.
Shut up.
What did I say?
Shut up.
I'm throwing you on into the motherfucking bus.
I told him when I brought him on this podcast, I said, you never know who you're going to talk to. I said, because there's a lot of big musicians, they're in big bands that also play in small bands that you've never even fucking heard of. Because they love to play. But nowadays, with the way that the industry is, a lot of musicians have to continuously play, continuously tour to make money, especially if that is your primary job. You can't stop.
Yeah.
So if your main band's taking a break, some of them, they still have to bring money in. They can't just stop. So they create other projects and other bands to take up that time. And there's been multitudes of times that we've interviewed small bands that are like indie bands that their members, we're sitting there talking to them. They're playing in other bands.
Yeah, we ended up meeting somebody who told us that, he was the backup guitarist for a certain band. And it was in the middle of the show of all things. And I'm literally sitting here like with the fangirl right here inside of me, trying not to let that person out. Like, oh my God!
Mosh has a problem with fangirling.
So Somebody got to do it. I'm more excited about it, and I'm not used to it yet.
All right, Trent. What got you into playing metal?
Well, my first band, we actually kind of started out as an alternative band, I guess, like something similar to like Incubus.
Ooh.
I didn't really start listening to metal probably until 2010, like real metal. I grew up listening to new metal, like Limp Bizkit, Korn, Deftones, but not really heavy stuff. Yeah, until like I think I heard Lamb of God, Ashes of the Wake, and As the Palace Burns. Is that right?
Yeah, As the Palaces Burn. Yeah,
those two albums, they're just riff after riff after riff after riff, and I'm like, I got to get better at guitar. So learning, trying to keep up with those guys. Was kind of my gateway into like heavier metal, and then that band kind of went in that direction. In Flames, Lamb of God kind of style. Yeah, I probably around 2010.
Okay.
Growing up, it's kind of silly. Like growing up, I always listened to R&B music. Like my favorite groups were like TLC, SWV, In Vogue, stuff like that. And I like Paula Abdul.
Hell yeah, brother!
I didn't
No
get
joke
into
here.
It was the same
guitars until I was a teenager.
I got lucky. I was an MTV kid, and I grew up with Beavis and Butthead. And the very first moment that I heard Motorhead, Ace of Spades, I knew I wanted to be a musician, and I knew I was going to play bass. And I tried to, and I stuck with. Everybody made fun of me. They're like, "You don't want to play guitar, you don't want to play drums, you don't." No, I want the bass. I want to be like Lemmy. Lemmy's God.
Yeah.
And so
as soon as that video appeared, like Lemmy appeared with a gold aura around him for Jazz.
Yeah, it was, and I wanted to play bass, so play bass, and I tried to sing, but I sound like a cat in heat when I try singing, so that just got nixed. So I just play bass. That's it. I can't sing for shit. So no, absolutely not. That was gone. All right. So if you guys could tour with any three bands of your choice,
ooh,
who would you tour with?
You go first.
Trent, you go first because I need time to think.
You want me to go? Okay. Yeah. It would be Architects.
Limp Bizkit. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I mean,
you know how much fun that would be? It would be fun to tour with Limp Bizkit. I think it'd be fun as hell.
I just want to stay in the backstage when they play break shit. Sorry.
But yeah, I would say Architects, North Lane, and Invent Animate.
Oh yeah, those are great bands.
And then I gotta how do we get Silent Planet? Silent Planet would be cool too.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Those are definitely Trent's influences too.
Yeah, for this project, those are some of my more modern favorite bands that I've been listening to since 2015. The last 10 years, I've been listening to those four bands, just because I think that their stuff, it sounds super modern. They're doing super catchy things, not too complicated. And I'm getting older, so I don't always want to have to when we're on stage, I want to be able to kind of kick back and play some rhythm stuff too.
I do too. Isn't it crazy how the older we get, the more I'm like, I don't need blast beats all the time. But when I was younger, I was like, give me the blast beat, roll it back, do it again. And now that I'm older, it's okay if we kind of we just do this a little bit.
Yeah, we need a little groove.
I mean, it's true because I started. I mean, I guess when I started playing in bands, I started in pop punk.
Yeah.
I was in pop punk bands, and then once I got into the heavy stuff, it was pretty straight laced metal. As far as stuff I guess you could put us along the lines of Cold Chamber and shit like that. And then Lamb of God came out. Yes. And then I got into playing way heavier shit. And then it turned into deathcore. I played in several deathcore bands like Whitechapel and Carnifex and stuff like that. And then I was like, I'm getting old and I have fucking carpal tunnel now, and I'm in my 40s. You know what? I just want to play in like an alt metal band or something like Marilyn Manson and shit like that. me doing all this fucking tapping and alternate between picking fingers and slapping, all the crazy shit that I was doing as a kid and way younger. I'm too slow for that shit anymore. I can still play good, but goddamn, this shit gets tiring.
It is. And then
I don't want to do fucking 6 songs straight of just fucking fucking everywhere.
And then like my brain needs a break too, you know, like we don't need to be just like slammed all the time with just
yeah. There's that too. That too. But you guys have a very, very unique sound, which all of you that are watching, please stay, because we have one of their music videos to play at the end of the show. So don't go nowhere. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know. We always play a music video leaving out, so you get to check out their music before any of that stuff hits.
Oh my God, stop. I'm blushing.
So here's one to throw your way. If you could spend 24 hours with any musical hero you have, who would it be and why?
Well, she didn't answer the three band question either.
I know, because it probably goes in line with it. Because I'm like, there's no wrong answers.
Then it plays right into it.
Can they be alive or dead, or can they be alive right now?
Okay. They can be alive or dead.
Well, I feel like Leonard Skinner would be really fun. I really like 70s rock and roll.
Okay.
I ain't mad at you for
it.
Well, see, I was a big fan of Blue Oyster Cult, so
yeah. I like 70s rock and roll. I'm like, I feel like that would be like really fun if I was playing with that. I feel like Korn would be really fun. I would, but that also aligns with my, like, if I could, you know, it'd probably be Jonathan Davis. Like, I just like the way his mind works and the way he's also so pure as like a human. And we're always like, protect Jonathan Davis.
Yeah.
We love him. But down in my core, I'm obsessed with Lana Del Rey, and I have been for a long, long time. So I was like, if I could open for Lana, would that work? Nah, probably not. But like, a girl can dream, you know?
Yeah, I tell everybody, we used to ask this question that it was like a spinoff of one of the things of like, if you could tour with any 3 bands, who'd you tour with? Mm-hmm. Well, we used to also ask if you could tour with any 3 bands completely outside of your genre.
Yes.
Who would you tour with?
Then that would be better.
And people are always like, and I'm like, but you got to think about it. Maximize your capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, let's be honest. If you're going on tour with goddamn Madonna, yeah, most of them are not going to like a metal band.
No, they're not.
But,
well, I mean,
if it's a sold out goddamn Coliseum, you never know.
You never
There's
know.
probably some damn metal fans out there.
20% might like you, the other 80% might boo you off the stage.
Yeah, but I guarantee you that 20%, if that 20% all bought a t-shirt, you can probably make more sales that night than you ever had in your whole entire life.
Right.
So I was like, I always tell everybody, if I was to do it, it'd be Taylor Swift, Post Malone, and Snoop Dogg.
There it is. I was like, I want Glorilla and Doja Cat and Sexy Red.
Taylor Swift, everything the chick touches turns to gold.
Literally.
So does Post Malone. So does Snoop Dogg. I'm going to put all 3 of them together, and I'm going to open for them.
Oh, hell
sorry. You can keep Taylor Swift. I'll take fucking Post Malone and Snoop every fucking day.
You ain't got to fucking watch them. You just want to maximize capacity.
I know. I don't know what it is.
It's strategy. I don't like
Miley Cyrus.
But
Miley Cyrus!
Well, if you do Miley Cyrus, you're going to see a hell of a show. I mean, you're going to see titties, you're going to see ass, you're going to see all that shit. So.
From everywhere. It's everywhere.
Yeah. All right, Trent, who you spending 24 hours with?
I would say Dustin Kendrew from Thrice, just because I think he's a really good songwriter, chord progressions, really cool rhythms, and it'd be cool to pick his brain and kind of understand his process.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, since we're already, naming people off and stuff like that, what's y'all's fantasy draft band?
Ooh.
Wait, like for what?
If you could build a band, if you could put a band together,
live or dead,
have them do an album, who would you put together?
This is hard.
Like look at I'm a front person. I'm only looking at the front person. So like I never even knew like what people were in the bands until like I met my man. My man likes to sit and like watch documentaries and like look at the band and watch interviews and like do this kind of stuff with bands. So I'm just like, I don't know, let's listen to music. I didn't even know what As I Lay Dying looked like for like 10 years. I just never heard it like so I don't know. Like,
I guess that is kind of a hard question for most because, like, I mean, some bands are like really into all the bands and they pay attention to who does what and stuff like that. For me, it's just part of my job of being in radio. Like, I have to do the research and look into this stuff and, you know, all that shit. So, like, I know and I've been doing it and it just kind of sticks in. But I don't know all of them, but I know most of them.
It's kind of funny. The band Team Sleep is a band like that was different people from different bands kind of got together because you got Chino from Deftones and then you have, I can't remember what his name is, from Pinback on that self-titled album. And it's like something that you didn't even know you needed to hear. When I first got that album, I was like, holy shit.
Oh, yeah,
it's perfect in every single way.
Right.
So Team Sleep is one of those bands.
I mean, well, if you was able to, you know, choose your own band, who would you choose? All line up. It could be alive or dead along with it too.
I don't know. Trent, you go first.
I would obviously, like, maybe me and you can put a band together. I would put Wes Borland in it, guitar.
I'm not mad at that. I am not mad at that.
But yeah, y'all can also include yourselves as well.
I was like, I like my band. Why was I gonna say?
Yeah, I'll be guitar right and he could be guitar left. That would be tight.
Oh my God, Trent has actually thought about this. He was like, I'd be Wes Borland.
Yeah, my thing said Trent Biscuit before we started this interview.
It's kind of funny. Actually, before y'all came in, I was actually watching videos of Wes Borland playing right before you came in.
Amazing. Spectacular.
Yeah, that guy is a madman. He's like riffs pretty good.
I've seen so many people dog on him on the internet about his playing, and I'm like,
he's so good.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Watch Rearranged. That dude was tapping before anybody was, or anybody I ever saw do it. You know, doing a dinner, and then hammering on and pulling off with his other hand.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: the only thing I would really ask those people is, "Can you do it?"
Yeah,
that's what I said. Jealousy.
Can you do it better?
Only people who ever open their mouths are the people who are not doing anything. Those are the only people who open their mouths. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if you actually played guitar and like you were just like, oh man, good job. Like, I like what you do. That's cool.
Yeah.
Don't even say anything. But like
everybody loves to open their mouth nowadays. If they would just shut it and not.
Or they forgot the consequence of what used to happen when you open your mouth. But like,
yeah.
The internet made it real easy for people to talk shit.
Oh yeah, because now they can, and it's always, if I look, because I love to call out bullies on the internet. Like that's part of one of my favorite pastimes. And so like I'd be looking, and it's just like some dude who's like, she wears too much makeup, and someone's like, you know, says something. He's like, I wouldn't want someone like her either. And I'm like, have you looked at yourself? Like no one wants you either. Like or something.
Like, you spend too much time online.
I know they do, and it's always some dude who's always looks like that, or like somebody who looks like that, or like they don't have their picture of themselves. It's always like a picture of something else or no picture at all. It's like you don't even have the guts to like post your own stuff and then come on here and talk shit to somebody else. Or you don't have the guts to like even have your own photo of yourself on here. You just like to come on here and talk bad to other people because what? It makes you feel better? You're a bully. It's disgusting. Poo-poo. Enough of it. Get out of here. Like
yeah, that person said gatekeeping, and that's exactly right. Nobody likes a gatekeeper.
I mean, it was also...
Yeah. If you ever get a chance, go check this band out. Decay, they are fucking amazing. They're
hell
great.
yeah! All right, that's
and they also
love those guys. If you like industrial metal, go check them out. It's definitely worth it.
But it's like what Jagz was talking about. Well, he talks about it every show and stuff like that, about networking, being nice to people, and everything else like that. And it's fucking the truth.
Yeah,
it's the truth.
It's like I say. The music industry could be a lot better if there was no competition. It's like I tell everybody, you're not on there scoring points. This isn't football, basketball, or baseball. It's not a fucking competition.
No.
And if everybody would just get along, shake hands, work together, network, even if you may not even have to like them as a person, but just giving them the common decency and the common respect of, okay, we're all musicians. We're all trying to do the same thing. There's plenty of fucking room to go around to make money and do this and have a good time. Let's all network, trade shows, work together, tour together. We can all make this happen if we work together, but everybody wants to fucking do this on the goddamn internet.
Oh my God. That's it. And that kind of behavior is what keeps you not doing anything.
Right.
It is what it is. And it's also, it's like, we don't sound alike. There's no competition here. I don't sound like you. Like, our two bands, you're not ripping off my riffs. I'm not ripping off yours. Like, we don't sound alike. So, like, we can work together. That's totally fine.
Right.
But yeah, absolutely. A rising tide raises all the ships. But no, it's that, like, I've even had some band like that are bigger than us who are like unfollowing me and like just being petty. You know, I'm just like, okay, I didn't know we were like that. Okay, I see who you are. Like, you're doing more than I am, and you're like intimidated by me. Like, move on with your stuff.
Fucking ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Disgusting. Ew. Enough of it. Carry on. That's okay. I always go like, oh, thank you for showing me your true self before I had to deal farther with you. You know?
Yeah. See yourself out. Goodbye.
Yeah. Thank you.
Let the door hit you in your ass.
I'm spicy today. I'm not always this spicy. I'm hella
Hey,
spicy.
that's okay.
Go ahead, get it, girl.
Since you're in a fighting mood.
I know. I'm wondering if this is the Diet Coke.
If you were locked in a house for 24 hours with any horror icon, who would you be locked in the house with?
Ooh, yes.
Icon?
Nev Campbell.
Now you gotta think about this.
Please, Nev Campbell.
Do you want to die really fast, or do you want a chance of survival?
I thought I could be in the house with one of the victims. Damn it.
Oh, no. You got to be in the house with one of the killers.
I'm trying to save her, bro.
No,
I mean, if you want her with her, that's like a buff. You can have her. I'll give her to you.
He was like, bro, I don't know. I don't want to be terrified.
It's got to be scary. It's a horror movie.
Yeah, but you gotta think. You get to choose. Like, you're locked in the house for 24 hours. You get to choose who you're locked in that house with. So, do you just want to get it over with fast because you think you're going to die anyways, or
are you going?
Do you want a chance of survival?
I know, it's like, do I just want to be scared the whole time? So, like, do I pick the Grudge? Do I pick Freddy Krueger? Like, do I pick somebody who I can be like?
I mean, there are some cheats to this question. There's some monsters out there that could be completely easily won.
Mm-hmm.
Or do I just want to get it over with?
Yeah, or you just want to get it over with.
You guys make me think. I don't like this. I'll probably go with the Grudge. I feel like I've watched that enough. I'm comfortable with this ghost. I feel like I have a chance of a fighting chance here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm picking Freddy Krueger because that shit's scary.
God damn, you picking Freddy? Really?
Yeah, because like any time it's possible, and that shit. Like when I was growing up, I used to have nightmares that Freddy was in our garage, and then you know how he does like the long arm thing, where then he's like scratching. I would just like little dreaming, seeing that shit, hearing his little scratching and stuff. Yeah, I would do that. I would do Freddy Krueger.
But Chucky plagued me as like a little small child, so maybe I switch. I'm going to Chucky because I got some like pent up like regression of anger towards that little.
So you just go kick his little ass. All right,
twist his little doll head off,
tear him apart in little pieces and bury him in the yard. Like I've got like years of.
Oh, no, I wouldn't even bury him. There would be nothing but ash.
So there's three. There's three that you could choose. That's very easy.
Oh, okay.
One was a leprechaun. Give him the goddamn gold.
Leprechaun.
Call it a day. 2, creature from the Black Lagoon. It can only breathe so much out of fucking water before it fucking dies. It's a goddamn fish. Fucking outrun the goddamn thing. It's going to fucking die before too long. I'm pretty sure it couldn't breathe that long. And the third one would be Christine. It's a fucking car. Don't get in the car. Just let it fucking sit there.
What about Jaws? That one too. Just don't get.
Oh hell no!
Yeah, don't get in a.
Nope, I do not fuck with sharks. Nope.
There were sharks in the swimming pool.
Huh?
What?
Did you think there was sharks in the swimming pool?
Man, I used to have that fear as a fucking kid. When every time we would go swimming at nighttime and shit like that, they were like, "Oh, come in the deep end, come in the deep end." I go out into the deep end for like a quick second, then all of a sudden I'm sitting here like, "There's something under me."
Something touched my leg.
No. So I literally almost shit my pants out on the beach one day because I'd always heard that a shark's skin had felt like sandpaper. So, all right, my whole family's out there at the beach. We're just chilling, having a good time. I'm out there, beer in hand, cigar hanging out my mouth, fucking chilling. Next thing I know, this big, massive something goes between my legs, and it felt like sandpaper. I took off. I left everybody. I left my family, everybody out there, and I ended up face planting in the shallow. Fucking lost my beer, lost my cigar. I'm booking it. I said, down. My dad was sitting there. He's like, "You okay?" I said, "No, I think I shit my pants." I know it's a fucking shark. He goes, "How you know it's a shark?" Felt like sandpaper. He's like, "Who the hell told you that?" I was like, "I don't remember, but I know somebody told me that's what it felt like." And that motherfucker was big.
Yeah, you guys only got sharks in South Carolina.
Yeah, we
The
do.
ocean is scary. I don't fuck with
We
that.
got sharks. We've got gators. We've got fucking everything.
Listen, I don't do the gators. The gators freak me the
This
fuck out.
dude wrestles gators on a daily basis.
Of course you do.
That's beside the point. Gators are easy. I'll deal with gators. I'll deal with snakes. I'll deal with all that. Not no goddamn shark.
Or flying insects or spiders.
Yeah, I don't like flying insects. I don't like spiders.
Oh
And
my
I-
god, but the gators are fine.
And I don't like fucking jellyfish.
Jellyfish are scary.
Hurt.
Uh-huh.
That shit'll bring you to your fucking knee. Just wait till your ass gets out in the fucking ocean, Mosh, and you get hit by one of them goddamn jellyfish.
Who the
You'll
fuck
never
said
forget
we're
it.
gonna be out in the ocean when the jellyfish is around anyway.
You ain't gonna, motherfucker, you ain't gonna know. You can't see in the goddamn water here. It's murky brown.
That's what it is.
Hey, babe, you and two of your friends go out in the ocean first, and I'll be.
You
out
gonna
there
throw your wife out there, you asshole? You wrong for that.
But you left your whole family
dragging my ass
with
behind
the
her.
shark.
You wrong. You wrong.
The only reason why I said that because you know damn good and well she's gonna be the one dragging my ass right behind her.
You fucked up. You fucked up. Absolutely.
And then Jagz, you left your whole family when you thought there was a shark.
I did.
You're on your own.
I did. My mom, brother, everybody else. Gone. Absolutely. Fucking out. I'm done.
Oh, God.
Nope. Absolutely not. All right, Mosh, you're up.
All right, so if y'all could choose to have one of y'all songs in a video game, what game would it be, and what would you be doing in that video game?
I love video games. We play video games. Both of us do. I want to think there's like probably the last one that we did, the Age of Aquarius. And
Which
then,
is the video we have that we're showing at the end of the.
and then I love Borderlands, so probably just some like, probably some just like it's like fight sequence.
Okay. See, I've never played Borderlands, but my wife has.
Oh my god, I love Borderlands.
And yeah, she loves Borderlands too. So I'll okay.
So, hell yeah. I mean, some fight sequence. Some like when you walk it, they're walking on like, because like right before you fight a big boss, there's like a whole scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so something like that.
All right, Trent.
I would put like our heavy song, "The Keepers," has like a pretty heavy chorus, and probably Mortal Kombat. Those are some of my fun games.
That was actually the first song y'all that I found, and we played on one of our shows, and I was like, "Holy shit, who the fuck are these guys?"
I was the same way.
I started researching because I was like, I sent it to him. Actually, I didn't send it to him at all. I surprised because a lot of the videos I don't let him see them until they're like live because I'm the one that goes through and picks them all out and programs everything. and he'll like sit there, text me during a show when it's going. He's like, "Who the fuck is this?" And y'all were one of those bands, and he was like, "Can we get him on the show?" I'm like, "Yeah, tell your wife to contact them, see if they'll answer."
Yeah, darn tootin'.
The funny thing about that song too is like out of our whole, playlist or discography online right now, like that's one of the oldest riffs that out of all of them. And it's like, yeah, it took a lot of time to get it right and, get all the pieces exactly how they should be. So
And
that's
it took
why
me
we
forever to
released
write it
it
too.
later.
Yeah. I think you said
I'm
you
pretty
had
sure
that.
that every song that has like every once in a while you'll have a song like that.
Yeah.
For real. That one probably sat in the archive for a long time. I mean, I think Trent wrote that. You said you wrote that riff like 2013 or something like that.
Yeah, 2013, that guitar riff, I the first variation of it I tracked on my MacBook like in 2013 in my bedroom.
And then like I joined the band like 2022 and I think I kept trying to dive into that song. And I remember writing most of the song and then being stuck on the clean parts for just like months. Just months. I just sit there and I'd stare at it and be like, "What the fuck are you?" Like,
that song is all over the place.
I can't figure you out. And there's so many influences into that song where I use parts of like other songs throughout. There's definitely a part from like a System of a Down song. Where he's infusions and 7.0. And under the eyes of glass. What's that song?
Okay.
Last time activity is like toxicity.
Yeah,
Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's like a part where I'm just like infusions displaced on. So I like finally took toxicity helped me get that.
I didn't even notice that.
No, nobody did. I was gonna one day maybe break it all down and be like, oh, I had used a song to like inspire me to do that line. Finally, when I got down to it, because like I wrote all like the screaming parts, and then like the melody in the middle just took me like months. To one point where I didn't even like go up to my computer for like 2 months. I was like, I'm so sick of this shit.
Exactly. That's how I felt with this song too.
I'm done.
I gotta do something else because this is not working for me.
But that song, we're getting a whole lot of attention because of it too. So I guess it was worth the frustration and the wait because that seems to be everybody's favorite.
Literally. And it was one of the songs too where like usually I won't put anything out unless I'm like, I love this 100%. It's amazing. I'm not cringed at. Basically, I feel like, so like when The Keepers came out or when I finished writing it, I was like, well, nothing in this is making me cringe. So I guess this is okay. Like I just kind of was just like, I guess it's okay. Hopefully people like it. I don't know because like this is like I guess it's the best I can do.
No, it's fantastic.
But have you noticed that like some artists that we have known and stuff like that, they say like, oh, we didn't like that song too much, but it's one of their popular songs.
Yes,
it doesn't matter. You yourself as a musician, you're always going to be your worst critic.
Oh my God, listen.
Always. Over anything else. You'll pick your shit apart, and even after you're done recording it and it's already out and been released, you'll still pick it apart again.
Yeah, I do.
And it's just something that you can't help doing as a musician because I do it myself with my band stuff all the fucking time.
I'm just like, so I'm going to be tortured always. Okay.
Yeah. So going into this, I this is a new question. I just came up with this one. How did you guys meet as a band?
Okay.
You know this is my favorite story too.
Go for it.
Okay, so remember how I brought up my singer or the guy who taught me stuff, David, and then how he ended up like knowing the Cyborg Octopus guys. Josh was our old drummer.
David was the original guitar player for Cyborg Octopus.
Octopus, yeah, that's right. So that's what they all like knew each other and stuff. That band's like a San Francisco band. So COVID came around. Actually, first I think Trent had been showing me his music from his band. We were internet friends in like 2018, 2019. And he'd send me his band stuff sometimes, be like, hey, look at this thing. And I'm like, oh my God, wow, this band is incredible. If I could ever think of a metal band I ever could be in, it would be this one. And like, if you ever let me sing for you, that I would just be delighted. And honestly, to be honest, I didn't even have my first band until 2020. Like I just kept trying to be in bands and people just like they were just like, oh, and like no one would like give me a chance until I finally like had the opportunity with another band. Like that's a different story. And so I had on 2020, lockdown happened. Everybody's becoming friends on Facebook. So I end up being friends with Josh, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm the drummer for Fervence." Oh my God, what? You're the drummer for Fervence? I love that band. Oh my God, I've been listening for like, it's amazing. I'm obsessed. And like right as that had happened, Fervence had put their first album out with the singer that Trent had.
Right.
Austin. And like they put that album out like March 12th or something like that?
Yeah, it was. We had it pre-ready to go. So you through your distributor, you set a release date, and we put months out so we could try to plan a tour. And then COVID happened, and our album came out like 6 days later.
Oh yeah.
So we couldn't undo it. We couldn't pause it. We couldn't support the album. So yeah, COVID was really bad for this band because then everybody kind of lost their, momentum, and they had stuff going on at home, work stuff to figure out. So the band kind of, we lost all of our momentum, and now we have Stevie. It was all for a good reason. It worked out.
It ended up working out because I've been asking him multiple times if I could be the singer for his band. But he had Austin at the time. Austin did really good. Austin knows Fervence. And so it's lucky enough that he's going to stay as a guitar player and stuff too for this band.
Right.
So help us out with, because also a lot of like the programming and like the synths and like the visceralness that comes into our music comes from Austin. So he's still over here like doing shit, and it's awesome. But I know the wind got kind of taken out of everybody's sails after COVID. So Trent moved back home around that time too, to Reno.
Yeah, at the time I was living in Minnesota, and then I went through a divorce, and then I moved back to Reno.
Yes, and I still hadn't met Trent in real life yet. Same with Josh. It was all online. Also, in the middle of that, Josh had moved to like Kansas or some shit. So I also never got to meet Josh. Until about 2021, when I had my first show with my other band. Josh shows up. I was like, oh my God, real life friends. I moved back home too. And then, so my jam space that I had for that band was right across the way, like the next room across the way at the rehearsal spaces that we had in Reno. And so Josh was like, oh, hey, we're practicing Fervence tonight. They don't have their singer. Their singer lived in Utah. Do you guys want to come over and hang out and watch the set? I'm like, oh my God, yes. I would love to, please. Like, I'm fangirling. I love this band. So they're playing it, and then I had like 2 or 3 fireball shots before I went over to practice in my room.
Oh, fireball.
I love fireball. I still play fireball right now.
I remember you bringing those little things in.
Yes, I did. And so I was, I had liquid courage at the end of it. I was like, this is the last time I'm going to say something to you guys. If you would ever let me just write a song for this band, I would never give up the opportunity to do it. And Josh was like, absolutely not. And so like they went and they came and they saw my band play like a couple days after that. And then I had gone through some stuff with that band where I was like, I think I've outgrown this. I'm ready to do like heavier riffs or something. I'm not sure, whatever it is. I gotta go. So after I broke it off with that band, I had called Josh and I was like, I'm just feeling lost. Like I didn't really want to give up that band, but like I'm not really sure what to do, because Josh and I have become great friends at this point. And he was like, well, we didn't really want to call and like poach you, but if you're moving on, like Fervence kind of needs a new singer, and we were talking about you. And I was like, shut the fuck up. Really? I like lost my shit. I was like, I can't believe this is incredible. Like, I'm gonna start going to the gym. Like,
girl at that moment.
Amazing, because like every time I'd like manifested what a band would look like for me, like this was it. And so it was honestly like really hard getting like used to. I put a lot of stress on myself trying to like. I was like, I had like this band at such this like high standard, and I was like, how am I? Like I'm shit right now. Like how am I gonna? Like, that's crazy. I mean, for hours and days, and I'd run around my house and I would sing and stuff. And so like, it was like, it was a dream come true. But it was like I couldn't even feel the dream because I was so stressed out about like how I was gonna get good. So like I didn't even meet, and then like that was when I finally met Trent too, was when I finally came over to your jam space right across the way. Yeah, that was fun. I finally got to meet Trent in real life too. It was like, yeah, after COVID, everybody's in bands now. And I was like, oh yeah, by
the way. I'm here.
Girl. I was like, secure the bag. I'm in.
So there's a question that I have to ask, like, because I saw your tattoo. I'm sorry. Jedi or Sith?
Oh, what one? Oh, this is Oculus.
Right here on your arm is
Oh, that's a
no,
microphone.
the other one. No, the other side. Yeah, is that? Oh, I swear that looked like
It looked like a
Chewbacca
Star
for a
Wars
second.
tattoo.
It looked like upside down. It looks like Chewbacca. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, that's hilarious, but probably Jedi.
Okay,
I'm always for the
my
good.
bad.
I'm always for the good guys.
I don't know.
I think I'd get Sith.
We've heard some stories.
The Sith they dress better.
Oh, they're serving. Yeah.
I'm just saying. They look cooler too. So I mean, there's Darth Maul, Darth Vader, Darth Revan.
They do
I'm
know how to
sorry.
dress.
Darth Maul was the shit. I'm sorry. He was the best looking one that I've seen.
Okay, I agree. Hey, Trent, what were you going to say?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like once Stevie joined the band too, it kind of just, it felt natural. It was easy. Like you were talking about earlier, females, they just have more range, more like capabilities, and she's like, because Austin, he has a higher register, and then Stevie's hitting these notes and beyond in Entropy, which is we just filmed a music video for it. She hits a really, really high note, and I don't think Austin could hit that note. If he had written that song, it's not something he would have chose, but it's perfect for the song. So it just the transition, it was so smooth.
Oh, good. I'm glad you thought so, because I was so stressed the fuck out.
I mean, look at you can look at it all the way across the board. The explosion of metal bands with female fronted metal bands.
I'm almost a little
like,
worried about it though. I'm like, are we kind of like making it now where it's like,
No,
I guess
I don't think it's a fad. I think it's just going to be the new future of metal. Like you'll still have male metal bands. It'll just be normal.
Yeah, I mean, for now it's becoming normal because now you're starting to see tons and tons and tons and tons of female fronted metal bands. And it's happening, and that's a lot of the reason why is because you can do much more with a female lead than you can a male. That's just how it is.
Okay, listen,
I mean,
we just transition that to like a lot of other things going along. Women are kind of doing it better. Like,
I mean, that's the whole reason that my band wanted a female, because like me and my guitarist, we've been playing together in bands for 13 years. And we always wanted a female lead, but we couldn't ever find the right one.
Yeah.
Until I started doing this podcast and I interviewed another band.
Yes.
And we started talking after the show was over. They hung out and she's like, well, I'd like to hear your stuff. And I'm like now? She's like, yeah, right now. So I hit play on a bunch of the stuff. By the time I got done, she looked at me. She's like, so you want a female lead? And I was like, yeah, that's what we're looking for. She's like, I want in. And she looked at her. She's like, I'm not taking no for an answer.
Oh my god.
Okay.
That should have been me.
Look at me. I am the man.
She sent her rehearsal stuff in, the stuff that she'd done before in the past. She goes, send that to your guitarist. I said, okay. So I sent it to Kev. And Kev listened to like 30 seconds and he's like, get her in here now.
All right. Nice.
So, but they can. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, look at y'all, and you got bands like Dying Oath and Deadlands and Strange Like Me, and I could sit here and go on and on and on and on of these female-fronted bands that are a billion times better than most of the shit that's out there.
It's like, sorry, but I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry
that
girls are doing it
I'm not
better.
taking away from the guys because there's still guys out there that are fantastic.
No, I'm kidding.
But
I mean,
they can only do so much.
Yes.
They can only do so much.
I can talk shit or whatever, but it's like I honestly just judge people on how they like make me feel when I'm around them. You know what I mean? Like if you got a nasty attitude, like I don't want to be near that. But like if you're a good person and you treat people well, like I want to hang out with you more. I want to take you with us. I want to there's no need to be like a nasty person. Like, well, life's too short to be not kind. Like, gross.
Exactly.
Ew. Gross.
Exactly. I absolutely agree with you. So before we get into your music video, because we were right there at the end,
It's been an hour already.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not bad.
Fuck.
Unless y'all want to go longer, we can. Before, but we can.
Fun. I have to work tomorrow in the morning. I do brunch.
Me too.
Oh yeah.
On that, where can people get your music? And most importantly, where can people get your merch?
The music is obviously as on Spotify, Apple Music, all of the online big places, anywhere where you would hear the music you listen to on the daily anyways. It's all there. Our merch, you can go to fervence.net and then click store or scroll down and our online shop is embedded into our website.
Perfect.
Or you can catch us on tour because we're going on tour and the dates are listed there as well. And you could buy it in real life.
That's even better.
This is our merch right here. It sits in my room and it's shit. There's my scale and my label printer.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to
the
get
shipping
with me
department
because I need to know if y'all are coming up anywhere close to Virginia.
Not yet. No, all of our contacts are West Coast right now, and right now we're DIY, so we gotta work with our booking agent that we have. Luckily, he's cool and connected, so all we are is West Coast. We're trying to go. We're slowly infiltrating.
Well, if you would like to come to the South, all you gotta do is contact me. And I can make that happen.
That's what's up. Yeah. We got a van. We're getting a trailer. We're renting a trailer right now, but we have a trip. Like, we're trying. This is like the goal is to like do this as much as possible.
All right. Yeah. Let's talk after the show. I'll help you
out.
So on that, y'all stick around and watch The Age of Aquarius by Fervence. On that, we love you guys. We will be back again. Probably Tuesday will be the last show, but until then, we love you guys. Have a great night.
Be safe.
Don't drink and drive, and don't do stupid shit.
Be safe.
We'll fight you.